Would you also betray God? This was as bad as he had feared. Bessarion saw nothing of his own incompetence to lead. Why had he not seen it sooner himself? His hopes had blinded him, and now he had no choice left. His voice shook. We won't save the church if the city falls, but if we do what we plan to tomorrow, then it will. Judas, Bessarion said bitterly. He swung out wildly but stumbled when he met no resistance. It was terrible, like killing himself, except that the alternative was unimaginably worse, and there was no time to think. Shuddering, his stomach sick, he did it, lunging at Bessarion as hard as he could. There was a splash as he hit the water, then a cry of surprise. The young man went in after him while Bessarion was still dazed. He found his head and grasped the thick, curling hair with both hands, twisting it and throwing all his weight to submerge him and hold him down under the cold, clear water. Bessarion struggled, trying to fight upward, with nothing to stand on, against a man leaner and stronger than himself, and just as willing to sacrifice everything he had for a belief. At last, the splashing ceased. Silence washed in from the shadows beyond the aisles, and the water became still again. He crouched on the stones, sick and cold. But he was not yet finished. He forced himself to stand. Aching, as if he had been beaten, he climbed back up the steps, his face wet with tears. Chapter 1. Anna Zarides stood on the stone pier and gazed across the dark waters of the Bosphorus toward the lighthouse of Constantinople. Its fires lit the sky with a great beacon outlined against the paling March stars. It was beautiful, but she was waiting for the dawn to show her the city's rooftops, and one by one all the marvelous palaces, churches, and towers she knew must be there. The wind was chill off the waves, whose crests were only barely visible. She heard the sound of them sucking and hissing on the pebbles. Far away on the promontory, the first rays of daylight caught a massive dome, 100, 200 feet high. It glowed a dull red, as if with its own inner fire. It had to be the Hagia Sophia, the greatest church in the world, not only the most beautiful, but the heart and soul of the Christian faith. Anna stared at it as the light strengthened. Other rooftops grew clearer, a jumble of angles, towers, and domes. To the left of the Hagia Sophia, she saw 4 tall, slender columns, like needles against the horizon. She knew what they were, monuments to some of the greatest emperors of the past. The imperial palaces must be there too, and the hippodrome. But all she could see were shadows, white gleams of marble here and there, more trees, and the endless roofs of a city larger than Rome or Alexandria, Jerusalem or Athens. She saw the narrow stretch of the Bosphorus clearly now, already growing busy with ships. With an effort, she made out the vast battlements of the shoreline, and something of the harbours below them, crowded with indistinguishable hulls and masts, all riding the safe calm within the breakwaters. The sun was rising, the sky a pale luminescent arch shot with fire. To the north, the curved inlet of the Golden Horn was molten bronze between its banks, a beautiful spring morning. The first ferry of the day was making its way toward them. Worried once again how she would appear to strangers, Anna walked over to the edge of the pier and stared down at the still water in the shelter of the stone. She saw her own reflection. Steady grey